Hey guys, and welcome to another Twilight Cup PvP video. Going up against one of my subscribers, PT Mickey, so shout out to you, and let's get into those battles. So we've got Azumarill vs Toxicroak here. This is not a good lead matchup for us. Toxicroak will beat us down, so we'll just try and get off as much damage as we can. I think we're going for the Ice Beam straight away, get off any damage we can basically, because it's not an awful matchup. Like, Toxicroak isn't destroying us, but it's not a good place to be. So we've burnt a shield, switched out into Golbat, and he's got off the charge move at the same time. So we're expecting a Mud Bomb here. Oh, but he did actually get the Sludge Bomb, but it's not very effective regardless. He switches into Wigglytuff, who's doing some good damage here, but Poison is super effective against Wigglytuff, so this will do, a nice bit of damage. He's down to half health already, so that is fantastic, especially because Poison Fang charges up so quickly on Golbat. Like, it is just ridiculous. So we're getting off another Poison Fang, and he does burn that second shield. We've got both shields, but he has fainted down a Golbat. And so we're just going to bring in Venusaur here, who can do some good damage. He'll charge up some energy. We'll shield up this charge move. And I don't think he's going to be able to get to a second charge move because, Charm isn't really made for charging up. It is made for doing damage. So now I've got Venusaur with charge moves at the ready. He does have Toxicroak, and we don't know what his other Pokemon is, so we'll see what he brings in. He brings in Venomoth, so that is awful for us. We get off this Sludge Bomb though because he has no shields, and Sludge Bomb will do a nice little hit. So, almost half health, which isn't bad. And then switch into Azumarill, who is able to beat Venomoth in the lead matchup. And we're just going to let this come through because, he's just thrown a Silver Wind, and that does not do very much damage at all. He switches back into Toxicroak, so we're getting off this Ice Beam that we charged up on the Venomoth. We're going to hope that we can pull this off, and yeah, the Ice Beam goes through, finishes Toxicroak, and he brings in Venomoth, and we are able to get to another Ice Beam before he can get to a charge move, so this is fantastic for us. And down goes Venomoth, and that is GG's. So as I've said before, I definitely think that Twilight is the way to go for the Mirror Cup. It's just very balanced, it's got some diversity, and if you haven't checked out my Twilight Mirror Cup updated super duper meta, then go check up that video. I can speak, I promise. But yeah, go check out that meta, because it will I think it puts a good little picture in your head of how the matchups go. I certainly, when I'm in game, I think, okay, I've got Golbat, he points up to that Toxicroak group, and then he points at the Venusaur. So I guess it's just really helpful to have a sort of a visual idea, for me at least, and maybe for you too. I know that there's visual learners out there, but enough blabbering on. Let's get into the next battle. So we're leading with Golbat here, and he brings in Skuntank. So not the best matchup for us, but we'll see how we go. Skuntank is actually, it's Golbat. Golbat's the number one in the Twilight meta according to PvPoke, which by the way has a new update that I haven't had a chance to look at this point. That you can now sim with AI, either 3v3 or 6v6. So that's definitely something worth checking out if you haven't already. I'll link to PvP Pokey, whatever you say. I'll link that in the description below, so definitely go check that out. And so yeah, we've got Poison Fang, and we're just doing we were trying to burn some shields, and he's getting off another charge move. We're just going to let it come through, probably Crunch, and it is. So that's just a whole lot of damage to Golbat. We're getting off another Poison Fang, just a tiny bit of damage if he lets it go through, which he presumably will. But we are able to finish off that Skuntank, which is fantastic, with a sliver of health left. Now we have switch advantage, so we get to pick what we bring in. Unfortunately, we only had Toxicroak and Azumarill, so we had to go into the mirror. He switches out into Venomoth though, which means we can switch out into Azumarill, which is fantastic for us. I definitely think that he had the advantage there and probably shouldn't have switched out, because if someone switches into your Toxicroak with Toxicroak, just like Vigoroth in the Jungle Cup, then they've switched into you, and you have the energy advantage, so you'll be able to get to the charge moves quicker, assuming that there's no lag or anything like that. But yeah, we're getting off the Ice Beam here onto the Venomoth, and he burns his last shield. We've still got the shield ready to go, but he actually is able to finish us off with those deadly confusions. So now we've just got Toxicroak. We throw this shield out, but yeah, we're in a rough spot. And we were definitely a little too slow on the switch out. He brings in Toxicroak at the last second as we get off the Mud Bomb. So this will do a hefty amount to Toxicroak. He's beat us anyway though. So yeah, down goes Toxicroak. And Venomoth will be able to finish us off here with a single confusion. So that is GG's. So back in my own Twilight Cup in February, I basically never used Toxicroak. Like, I think I used him once in the entire tournament, and I swept 4-0. I guess it was a lot basic. It was more basic days back then. There was no special strategies. It was just, you know, this beats this beats this. Go in with what you've got. See how we go. I definitely went in with just a triangle in mind of Toxicroak beats Tyranitar and the Dark types. The Dark types then beat Venomoth, Golbat, etc. Venomoth, Golbat then beat Toxicroak, and that's just the circle of life. So I actually did bring Venusaur as my sort of dude, another Toxicroak counter sometimes, but yeah. We've got the Toxicroak mirror match to start off here, and it looks like we're both charging us from extra energy. Again, it seems like piggyback isn't actually working, even though visually it looks like I piggybacked. He switched into Venomoth just as we're going for the charge moves here, so this sludge, actually no, we obviously knew that it was Venomoth when we were throwing the sludge bomb, but we had to get out of there, and I was actually trying to switch into a Azumarill, but it looks like Toxicroak died just before, and then Azumarill was coming out anyway, and then I was left with two Pokemon, and I accidentally switched into Venusaur. That was just, that was unfortunate, I think, because Toxicroak still had a half health, and then I was trying to switch to a Azumarill, and Azumarill's come in as if Toxicroak died, so I guess there was a confusion that was still loading, and then he got another confusion off. I'm a little confused as to what just happened, but it happened, and so we'll keep on playing. He gets that Silver Wind onto Azumarill as we come in, so that's not going to do much at all. We were trying to feint down with Bubbles here to keep some energy for the next Pokemon, but it wasn't happening, and he just gets off another Silver Wind, so it doesn't do that much damage anyway. He still has a Shield though, and two Pokemon, so really in a rough spot here. Toxicroak, so this Ice Beam will do some nice damage, assuming that he gets to go through, which he probably won't. Yeah, burns that Shield, because Toxicroak does beat down Azumarill. And we get off another Ice Beam, but he gets his charge move off first because he has charge move priority. So down we go with that Sludge Bomb, and that's another good game. So I do think we have one more battle in this video. I'm probably going to be mostly focusing on Twilight Cup for this month because that's what Ghost Stadium is doing for all of their rounds. That's what my local community doing, and it's what a lot of you seem to be doing as well. I know that my Twilight Cup meta has got a lot more attention than my Boulder Cup meta video, which if you happen to be doing Boulder video, then you can also check that out up there. But yeah, Twilight definitely seems to be one of the big picks. Regionals is another one that a lot of people are doing, so I might go for some Regionals battles too. But if we are Ultra Friends, then message me on Discord and I'll tell you how to get into the Ghost Stadium has a really good channel for friends and battles where you can just set yourself as online and you'll be notified whenever any of your Ultra Friends are looking to battle, basically. So it's a really helpful tool, and just message me on Discord. I'm Steve7, all the E's, and yeah, I'll let you know. So going into the last battle, we've got Golbat vs Skuntank again. So this went well for us last time, so we're just probably going to try and do the same thing. We use a shield here for that crunch because it is just devastating against Golbat. As we're getting off we're actually going for the Shadow Ball, which probably the wrong move because he's probably going to shield here, and he does. So yeah, I think that was just, it's not even that great a move against Skuntank, but oh well, I guess this is practice battles. This is the place to try stuff out, and we get off another Poison Fang, and he does shield it up there, so that is good for us. He's burnt both shields. We're going to let this crunch come through. And we should be able to get to another Poison Fang before we faint. And hoping for a repeat of what happened before, but we are going to be a little low on energy, so we'll see how things go. And he is able to finish us off this time because we went for that Shadow Ball before. Presumably, we bring in Wigglytuff, who just one charm and he's out of here. We do still have one shield, so we've got a shield advantage here. He brings in Venomoth, and this is it's a losing matchup for us, and unfortunately the only thing we've got to switch into is Venusaur, so we're just going to play it out with Wigglytuff. He gets up a Silverwind and we shield up, so we're just going to be going for that Ice Beam. He's got no shield, so this should finish off the Venomoth. So obviously when you have the shield advantage, you're at a pretty good spot no matter what you've got going on. And we'll see what he has in the back, and it is Toxicroak. So in the lead matchup, Wigglytuff does beat Toxicroak, but because we're weakened down, it may be played a little different, but he's getting off the charge move here, which possibly a waste because we were so low. Like one more counter and he would have been done there, then he could have saved his charge move for Venusaur. Maybe could have got to a Sludge Bomb, but yeah, you know, whatever happens. So yeah, this Frenzy Plant will finish off the Toxicroak, and that is GG's. So thank you PT Mickey for the battles, and thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next one. And as I've said before, those comments actually really do help. So, you know, show the YouTube algorithm some love.